Goodbye, boyfriend. Hello, jeepney driver.
She was there with her boyfriend and then she met the jeepney driver and then she fell in love with him. Like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Once you learn about Kapwa, you see it all over Filipino culture. The beauty of the Filipino.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Heartwarming. Today I'm feeling very romantic. What's up, Philippines? Welcome back to another video with your host Nelly. Today I am watching a love story with you, and it's about a foreign lady that fell in love with a Filipino. I don't know what to expect, but I'm assuming it's a very emotional and like very enlightening experience for all of us. So before we jump into the video, please subscribe if you're new to this channel. And without further ado, I would say let's watch this video together. So excited for it.
Filipinos have a way of changing their partners, making them smoother, making them laugh more, making them less stressed out. So it's just this whole spiritual, non-material side
Oh,
of the
okay.
Filipinos. That
Very
is what
sweet.
fascinates me. That's what's so worth keeping alive. I think it's great.
Cute! Very nice intro. The culture bearers.
Katrine.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm soul having a Katrine experience. That's what I firmly believe. I am German, was born in Germany, Munich. It's an artist city, so of course I was destined to be an artist. And eventually I met my husband with my boyfriend. Goodbye, boyfriend. Hello, jeepney driver. He drove a jeepney and he invited us, very Kapwa, oh, you want to come along?
Wait, what?
To an exhibition. And the exhibition was about the cross-fertilization of East and Western culture. So it was very meaningful. It was really the beginning of our lifelong friendship.
Wait, what? Hold on. She was there with her boyfriend and then she met the jeepney driver and then she fell in love with him. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Eventually, I went to the Philippines, fell in love with the people right away. It
Me
was
too.
exactly like how your film
Aww.
showed it. Like you're invited somewhere as a guest and then you're invited to sleep in the host's own bed while the host sleeps somewhere else. Wow, you know, Germans don't do that.
No, Germans don't do that,
Guests
I know.
to sleep on the floor. It's really these differences, no? But then what I really loved was the street food, turon and suman and all, fried bananas and boiled kamote and all this things so
Cute.
yummy. And then when I met my husband's mother, she was such a lovely person. The only thing I didn't understand about her was why she powdered her face. She was beautiful kayumani, and then every morning she covered it with this crust of white makeup. I literally cried. I said, why? Why does she do that? She's so beautiful. Beautiful.
She's
face,
beautiful. Wow.
eyes. And then she covers it all up just to fit this American model. Really, really, really affected me that Filipinos would hide their own beauty like that.
So there's a story how I went to the store and I was looking for sunscreen, and there's actually whitening sunscreen, and it was so shocking to me because in Austria we are looking for tanning sunscreen, you know, and coming to a country where you have even moisturizer that is whitening, and they call it brightening as well, was quite an experience for me. But I figured it's embedded in the culture that they wanted to look white and we wanted to be, it's like white, we wanted to look darker, so it's like the grass is always greener on the other side, right?
So my interest in knowing the beauty of the Filipino grew even more. And then later on, when our youngest son was 4 years old, I started to enroll in school because already by then it was quite clear that my husband was always on the move as a filmmaker. He was always busy.
Oh, wow.
Somehow I thought with so many artists in my family, I'll just become a psychologist. That was my second love. So I went back to it. And that's when I learned about Kapwa, the beauty of the Filipino.
Nice! Oh my goodness! Heartwarming!
The way it came to this PhD was that I had this indigenous professor, Dr. Ver Enrique, who came up with this Kapwa philosophy and with this whole theory. And he had a master class. He held it in Tagalog. I couldn't speak Tagalog, but I understood everything.
Oh, wow.
You don't need to understand a language to understand a person. So that's how I was encouraged to study Filipino psychology.
Filipino
And
psychology?
I did it,
Wow.
swimming against this stream, against this Western terrible framework that cuts out anything that's essential to Philippine people. So I was the first, and I think up to now the only PhD in Filipino psychology.
Wow.
Nowadays, everybody squeaks through.
That's so impressive.
Because it's easier. You don't have to fight all the time. But for me, I was determined only to study what I was interested. And that led to the writing of this book. And then it led to the publishing of this book and to several conferences on Filipino psychology and indigenous people and artists.
Wow. Okay, so I have this friend. Her name is Michaela, and I met her because she messaged me on Instagram, and she's from Austria, like from the same city where I'm from. And she's like, "I'm so fascinated that you also love the Philippines. I've been traveling to the Philippines since I think the 70s or 80s, and I keep coming back, and like I have so many friends there." And when we met, we just discussed how it is being in the Philippines versus being in the Western world, and we both agreed that we felt way more warmth in the Philippines, way more comfort and joy, and life is not as strict as it is in Austria. So it's more about the family and the community values that really took us by heart. Like I fell in love with the Philippines and the people, so I can just speak from my experience and from my friends' experience who are Austrians, who are coming to a country that is so warm and so loving and inviting that it was just beautiful.
This whole spiritual, non-material side of the Filipinos, that is what fascinates me. That's what's so worth keeping alive. And I think it's great.
The self in the other.
Once you learn about Kapwa, you see it all over Filipino culture. Something that made me feel a little bit shy in the beginning, when you sit in a bus and you sit there squeezed pretty tightly beside somebody, and then they eat chicharron or a little bit of peanuts, and then they offer you.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I didn't know how to behave, you know. So I ate actually, and then they offered me more, and I ate more until I realized it's the gesture. Filipinos will offer you everything and anything they have, but it doesn't mean you should actually take it. So I felt again, whoa, what should I do? So there are lots of learning like that, but that's also Kapwa. If you share your food, you share your energy. I was also amazed about how open most of the artists here in the Philippines were about what they did. You know, their techniques, like the pandi apiado or Bandcap. All of them shared their technologies, their ways of doing things. German artists wouldn't do that.
They don't do
would
that.
just show you what they do, but if you ask them, how do you do this? They would say,
secret! No, don't take anything away from me.
Everybody was so open. And for me, this is Kapwa now. So many examples. Guests will sleep in the bed instead of on the floor. People always share food. In fact, in Enrique's class, everybody brought something to eat, and it was all in the middle, and there was never a meeting where it was just classroom styles. Everybody just looks at the guru in front and nothing happens. It was always collective, always communal, and it's so beautiful.
It is. I love that she has so much footage, especially her husband being
someone like Kitlet
a filmmaker.
Has really shaped how I see things and who I am.
Oh, cute.
I don't know if people who are really totally individualistic and only in their own world, if they would ever want to stay here or if they're too shocked, because your heart just melts. If you can survive it, if you can break down your hard walls, then you can become a very beautiful,
very cute
heart being also. I would say not just because of contact with the Filipinos. There are really many ways. You know, there are good people everywhere around this world, but Filipinos have a way of changing their partners, making them smoother, making them laugh more, making them less stressed out. So this is extremely important. And maybe that's what my professor always said. We Filipinos will re-educate the world. We will repopulate the world. We change everything. Maybe there's
very true
coming from the Philippines that could come from nowhere else.
I have this with my friends. I mean, if you watch my main channel, Nelly's Life, you might have met some of my friends from the Philippines. There is, for example, Kat, and she is such a sweet person. She is so jolly and high energy, but she can be also very deep and meaningful, and you know, she takes care of me and she checks in with me, and the way like she speaks so soft that it's really nice to have that kind of connection where you can have the upbeat and the positive one, and then also the deep connection, and have conversations that go beyond just, you know, superficial things.
Our son, the one that just died, he was very, very talented. He could
Wait, your son
do
died?
anything, fix anything. He was the favorite of his teachers. And so his wife, she once asked him, so what do you want to do? You want to be a filmmaker? You want to be a photographer? You want to be a businessman? What do you want to do? What did you come here for? And then he said, after just 1 second reflection, I just came here to love people, to make people happy and to serve.
Wow!
And this is just so beautiful. I just came here to make people happy and to serve. And for me, this is the essence of Kapwa.
Wow!
And the essence of Filipino people who live who they are. This is the beauty of the Filipinos that I fell in love with. This is why I wanted to be a part of this culture, and this is what Filipinos can contribute to the world.
Wow, so she had quite some
Hi, I'm
impact
the writer
on
and
her.
director of the Filipino story. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want to hear more inspiring stories about the beauty that lives within every single Filipino, then please check out our YouTube channel, The Filipino Story.
Yeah,
Consider
definitely
subscribing
check
to
it
join us
out.
and support us on our mission of awakening the next generation of Bayani, who will reclaim the greatness of our people.
Wow. Yeah, so happy that, first of all, you know, she fell in love with somebody who gave her a whole new perspective on life. Being that I lived in Austria, which is also very German, it is so different. Like, you have no idea. If you lived abroad and you come to the Philippines and you enter the airport, you have this warmth and the smiles and the jokes, and you know, it's just, life is not so serious in the Philippines. And then, yeah, the hospitality, it's just insane. People go above and beyond. They care for you. If you're sick, they make sure that you have everything that you need. And even like with the eating part as well, they will always offer you some food even though they don't have that much. It's kind of like embedded in the culture. They're just genuinely kind people. And I think me moving from Austria to Miami, the US, and then US to Asia was quite a culture shock within like a very short time period. But I have to say, Philippines shaped me the most. I talked about this quite a lot on this channel, but Philippines has grounded me and made me realize what's important in life, and it's community and togetherness and being present and enjoying the moments. No matter what's going on, we have the now. That's what counts. Spread love and positivity. That's it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. I'm super excited to react to another video. Maybe you can also send it to me on Instagram. It's nellyslife.co, and I would love to see similar videos. Let me know. It's a community effort. Also, comment down below what your thoughts are on this video. I'm going to respond to it. Also, if you want to check out my travel channel, it's Nelly's Life. I upload quite fantastic videos, very joyful and positive videos that hopefully will put a smile on your face, and you can come with me and experience new places. That was it for today. I'll see you guys next time here on